All right, is this thing on? Hopefully. Hopefully it is on, and we are back down by the lake. It is too hot to walk, so we are going to sit and talk today. It's already 90 degrees. It's only about 10:30 in the morning, but we're up, we're at it, and today we're going to talk about the truth about making money online with AI. But before we do that, I want to talk to you just really quickly about how simple it is to make money online. It's really simple. All you have to do, and this is going to play into what we talk about later, but all you have to do is identify one problem and then either create a solution or find a solution that's already out there. And then once you create the solution, find the solution, you just create content to attract people to you. And what do I mean by that? Right now, I'm creating content on a gimbal. I've talked about this gimbal. It's a gimbal, no, DJI Osmos 3, I think it's called. Anyway, one of the problems that this new thing of mine created is I need a carrying case. And so I went online and I found a carrying case and I bought it. Again, the original problem that I had, and I said this to my wife and she disagrees, every solution creates another problem, right? And the problem that I had is I wanted to create content on the go, and I had this big camera that was bulky and I wound up dropping it. And so the solution was to buy this gimbal, this DJI Osmos. But then buying the DJI Osmos created a new problem for me. The problem was carrying this thing around in several different pieces and making sure I wasn't losing anything. And so the solution for that was to buy this case. Now this is a hardened case. I think the case is only about 20 or 30 bucks. It wasn't terribly expensive, but buying this case was a solution. And so actually maybe I could just set this on here and get a better, I'm gonna try that. Hey guys, we are finding solutions to problems and problems to solutions. So that's cool. So again, making money online. Oh, I didn't want to zoom. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Making money online is just finding problems and then either creating a solution or finding a solution that's already out there. So what does that have to do with AI? In general, and let me just give you an overview of how I've made money with AI. I've made money with AI in a variety of ways. One of the ways is on my Etsy account. I have an Etsy account, and I used AI to create tattoo designs. And so what I've done is I've used AI. First I used AI, and one thing that I want to, this is going to feel like I'm jumping around, but I'm not. AI has been around for forever. And it's only recently that consumers, regular average Joes like me and you, have had access to this AI. So it feels like it's brand new. But, excuse me, if I just talk through this, hopefully you'll understand. You'll understand. So initially what I did was I watched a YouTube video by Marcus Campbell, the affiliate marketing dude. Definitely go check out his content if you have not done so already. What I did was I watched one of his videos and he says, create tattoo designs and sell them on Etsy. And I used AI to find the keywords. It's an Ahrefs, it's a paid keyword research tool, to find these keywords. And then after I found the keywords, I used Midjourney to create the actual tattoo design. So for example, like a samurai tattoo design. It just recently sold, so that's why I'm thinking about it. I used Midjourney and made sure that I said use a white background, create these tattoo designs, white background. I downloaded them from Midjourney and then I uploaded them into Canva. And then I uploaded them into, I made PNG and PSD files so that the person that bought them could use Procreate. But that was all done with AI. What you have to remember, and this is going to be the overall theme, is AI will enhance whatever you already know how to do. AI is a skill just like video editing and all of that other stuff, but AI simply will enhance what you already know how to do. If you know how to create content, If you know how to find traffic, find the target audience, then AI is only going to enhance that. AI is only going to make it better. AI, learning AI, mastering AI is a skill just like anything else that's out there. And so what I want you to do is stop thinking that AI is going to be this end all be all. AI is going to be this magic elixir to whatever problems that ail you. In reality, AI is going to either enhance what you already know how to do, or it's going to expose what you don't know how to do, right? People are thinking, great, I've got AI. I can just go out and make crappy content, whether it's with VEO3 or whether it's a faceless YouTube channel, whatever it is, and I'm going to be a millionaire. And that's not the case. The truth is, the real honest to goodness truth is, if you want to be successful on the internet, you have to either have a skill, learn a skill, or continuously develop what you have. And I think that's what AI is really exposing for people. People believe, unfortunately, part of it is it's with social media and YouTube and content creation. People believe that just because the AI is out there, I can snap my fingers and all of a sudden I'm going to be a millionaire. But in reality, what's actually happening is AI is exposing what you already know how to do. If you don't know how to get traffic, if you don't understand what the audience wants, if you don't understand what the content consumer wants, you're just going to be making bad content and putting more bad content into the world, and probably be more frustrated because you don't understand what the audience wants. And that's, I believe that's what the key is. Truly understanding what the consumer wants, what that end user wants. And if you can understand what that end user wants, you can be successful. So here's some different ways that I use AI. I use AI every day. I use AI to come up with script ideas, bullet point ideas for YouTube scripts and TikTok scripts. I use AI to write scripts for faceless YouTube channel. However, the human element in understanding what the viewer wants and why that video went viral, I think is a really important component of being successful. And that part, I think, is skipped or omitted. And that's why people struggle. That's why people continue to struggle. Because they watch a YouTube video where people are claiming that you can take something, add AI to it, and all of a sudden make a bunch of money. When in reality, the content creator knows and understands that AI is just enhancing or perfecting or increasing what you already know how to do or what you don't know how to do. So I use AI to write blog posts. I use AI to help with TikTok bullet point scripts. I've used AI to help with content creation and creating thumbnails. But still, the human element plays a big part in what does well. And if you can understand that, you can be successful. But you see a lot of videos out there. I would maybe not so much now because YouTube kind of just purged a bunch of videos. But you'll see a lot of videos out there that are claiming that you can make lots of money. And hopefully the wind isn't too bad. The wind wind is always kind of problematic when creating these videos. But you'll see a lot of videos out there where people are telling you that you can make a lot of money with AI, but simply put, it just enhances what you already know and what you already know how to do. Like, I know how to get content. I know how to get in front of people. And then once you get in front of people, what's the next step? What can you do with it? How can you use AI as a catalyst? For example, I also know that not all keywords are the same. And I also know that targeting the right keywords as a beginner is really important. And that's not something that AI will just easily and readily help you with, right? You'll see a bunch of keywords out there. You'll see, like, you can put into ChatGPT, give me a list of high traffic, low competition keywords, and it'll do that. It'll give you a bunch of that information. However, if you don't know what the buyer really wants, if you don't know which words are buyer keywords, then you can wind up making a bunch of content that doesn't turn into anything. It might turn into a view, but if you're relying just on YouTube to pay you, that's a very weak business strategy. Ultimately, if you want to be considered a business, if you want to maximize the amount of money that you make, you want to have a plan in place. You want to have a plan in place where you have multiple revenue streams. You want to do affiliate marketing. You want to maybe have a digital product or a physical product or a membership of some sort. And that's the difference, right? People are just telling you to go to ChatGPT or go to any of these platforms out there and say, give me a bunch of high traffic, low competition keywords. The wind has really picked up today. I think it's windier today than yesterday when I came down here. And I'm down here later today than yesterday, but so yeah, it's one of those things where, and this is really important to understand. AI will enhance what you already know how to do. So go out, still take the time to learn whatever it is you want to be known for. If you want to become an expert in TikTok, that's fine. You can do it. If you want to get 1 million followers on TikTok, faceless, using AI, still take the time to learn and understand what it takes to get a bunch of views. Understand why people are getting millions of views. And then more importantly, how you can convert those views into money, into multiple revenue streams. For example, you can get a bunch of views on TikTok, a bunch of aimless, random, regular views, but if you can't convert that into money, then what's the point, right? There are a bunch of people out there that can get views with regular 120p content. I'm trying to think, like, you ever see those videos that just go viral and you don't really understand why? They just kind of seem like random videos. Those videos don't generate any money. They may or may not be part of the TikTok Creativity Fund, but if you're getting paid 2 cents per 1,000 views, you literally need millions of views on those videos to make a substantial amount of money. And that's not something that you can bank on consistently, right? You can't bank on consistently going viral. It's almost like a crapshoot. You've got to be the perfect time, perfect place, the perfect content. All of those 3 stars have to align consistently for you to go viral consistently. And so that's why I say you still need to understand the customer, understand what the customer wants and needs. Like, I can make a video of a dog walking down the street wagging its tail, but how do I then convert that into money? How do I convert that into money more than just the TikTok Creativity Fund or the YouTube Partner Program? How does that consistently provide and bring views? So the truth is, when it comes to making money with AI, you will only make money with AI if you already have a skill or you're willing to learn a skill. I think a bigger issue that people run into, and I'm just going to shift myself here a little bit, a bigger skill that people run into is they're not willing to learn a skill. They're not willing to develop the skill that they already have. I think I mentioned this before, but a lot of people believe that people believe that AI is just going to be this magic elixir. But if you have used AI and if you still feel like something is missing, it's not connecting, you're not making money with it, it's because you haven't learned a skill. It's because you haven't used AI to enhance the skill that you already have. Am I crooked? Anyway, that's the challenge. AI has gone a length to even the playing field, but there's still that gap. The gap is between the people that are willing to learn a skill and develop and build a skill and enhance the skills that they have using AI and their knowledge, and people that are just throwing out more AI. Because, like I said, AI has always been around. People would go over to a website like Ahrefs and find a bunch of keywords, but then they weren't able to capitalize on the keywords that they found. I mean, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you could go over to Fiverr and pay for a Fiverr gig where you would get a list of keywords. If you didn't know what keywords to get or to use or how to monetize them, having a list of low competition keywords. Oh, am I crooked here? Having a list of low competition keywords meant absolutely nothing. So what I'm going to challenge you to do, what I would encourage you to do, is still make a list of all of your skills, all of your knowledge, all of your experiences, whatever it is that you want to be known for, and find ways for AI to enhance what you already know how to do. Okay? That's the challenge. Using AI to enhance what you know. Finding ways for AI to enhance what you can do. That's what we have to do. That's what I want you to do. That's what I would encourage you to do. If you know a lot about basket weaving, figure out ways for AI to enhance basket weaving. You can still take whatever it is that you know and understand and figure out and learn and have skills and ability in, and figure out how AI can improve it, enhance it, can upskill you. That's what I would encourage you to do. Don't run into a niche like online business if you don't know or have a background in online business simply because you think there's a lot of money there and you think AI is going to help you. Because I've said this before, if you put shit content into AI is going to give you shit content out, and you're going to post that content on the internet, and you're going to wonder why it didn't work. That's the key. That is the key. And that's the truth not a lot of people will tell you. A lot of people will tell you, just go plug in this prompt into AI, and then boom, you're going to make a bunch of money. But then you do that exact thing, and it doesn't work, and you wonder why it doesn't work. So that's my challenge for you. Take whatever it is that you know, your skills, ability, what you like. Hell, if you like, I made a video earlier today. I was standing in the back of my car. So I make a video series daily, and my insulin pump keeps going off. I make a video series frequently, maybe not daily, but frequently, that says, kind of like I did at the beginning of this video. I talked about making money online is simple. Earlier today, I made a video for TikTok, and maybe you'll see it, that talks about kids baseball, kids t-ball. If you enjoy teaching kids, ask AI how to enhance what you already know how to do, the skill that you already have. That's the thing. That's the key. Everybody is rushing to teaching people how to use scale on YouTube. People are rushing to teach you how to make money online and build an online business and build wealth and stocks and all that stuff. But the money is in the regular everyday stuff. The money is in teaching people about where to find the best deals for school supplies, teaching people how to teach their kids how to play a sport or how to learn. That's where the money is. That's where the skill is. But anyway, I was actually surprised. So that is my spiel. That's my theory and my ideas when it comes to the truth about making money with AI. And yesterday, you'll see this video on Tuesday, but on Sunday, so two days ago, I made a video at the end of my last video talking about current events. And I was actually really surprised that I didn't get a lot of pushback on it. The last time I made a video talking about current events was just after the election. And I got a lot of people that told me that I didn't know what I was talking about and all this stuff. So I was prepared for the worst when it came to talking about current events. And, talking about current events is really divisive in this climate. There's no room for a person's opinion. But I was really surprised that I didn't get a lot of pushback about it. Maybe the people that disagreed, they just unfriended me or unfollowed and blocked me, which is fine. You're entitled to that. But yeah, so, now we wait. Now we wait to see what happens. But think about, in summary, think about whatever skills you already have, whatever knowledge you already have, and how can you use AI to perfect that and enhance that. You'll have a much more fun time building a business. You'll have a much more successful time building a business. It won't feel so stressful. It won't feel so agonizing. It won't feel like you are hanging on every single pitch. Like if you're a sports fan, you know what this means. You know, like last night was the NBA Finals, and if you either were a fan of the Pacers or a fan of the Thunder or had money on the game, right behind me is a streetcar. Kenosha has a streetcar that drives around downtown Kenosha, and it sounds like it needs new brakes. Anyway, if you were a fan of sports, there's a thing called living and dying on every pitch or living and dying on every possession. Basically, what that means is like your heart stops with every pitch or every possession. If you're a basketball fan, but you know what that means. Like anytime your team has the ball, you're holding your breath and hoping for the best, but expecting the worst whenever your team has the ball or whenever your team is playing defense, because that possession is super important. And the same thing kind of happens when you're building a business and you're trying so hard. I tell the kids that I coach for my coach pitch is stop swinging so hard. Let the bat do the work. And I think online business is really the same. If you've ever swung a bat, you've ever played baseball before, people that are brand new, they overswing. They want to hit a home run, and so they swing really hard. And when you swing really hard like that, you tend to you tend to miss. That's because you're trying to do all the work. When in reality, you want the bat to do the work. Whenever you're swinging a bat, you want the bat to do the work. And if you let the bat do the work, it tends to go where you want it to go. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully this video helped. Hopefully you got a lot of helpful information and knowledge and the truth about AI, because that was really important. We see a lot of stuff out there about how AI and AI automation and YouTube automation can change your life, but it's only going to enhance the life that you already have. So anyway, you guys have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.